All right, everyone. Welcome back here to the Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiling here, bringing you Logical Decision versus Unemployed Gaming. Looking forward to this series. Division B West action. Going to be the second match of the night, doubleheader. So, got a new beverage with me. No beer tonight because I'm in Philadelphia and I don't. You have to go to a beer distributor. It's a whole thing. Anyway. Map 1 going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, picked by logical decision. We got bans on Cursed Hollow, Dragonshire, Battlefield of Eternity, and Volskaya. So moving here into the draft, we're going to see an Anduin ban first and foremost. I guess I'm surprised to see him banned before Ana or Tyrande, but it could be something they've scouted, or it could just be that it's something they've particularly struggled to play against. Maybe they like to really run these hyper-aggressive kind of blow-up style comps. Could be the case. Either way, looking forward to this series. These are two teams with a lot of NGS veterans, a lot of NGS kind of leadership on these teams. I know Rexpa's been around at least since Season 2. If he was in Season 1, he wasn't in my division, which I was in the lowest division, so that's fair. This is Covey doing a lot of work. He created a video for NGS casters. I haven't personally used it. Kind of like to do my own thing on that, but I'll hopefully bring it in at some point. But a Diablo ban as well. So, interesting bans so far. Anubarak, Ana, Zeratul, Maiev. These are heroes that are still up at this point. Whereas we still don't see any kind of bans on those heroes. Who's going to get banned out? Ana, Tyrande, Anubarak, or not Asmodan. This isn't Hero League, sorry. Chromie ban. So the only way that makes sense is if they're clearly targeting a mage player. We're going to see a Joanna first pick by Crafty. Joanna, very strong on the map, as we talked about, as we saw earlier. Joanna, just the best wave clear tank in the game by a damn sight. So we're going to go ahead and see Joanna jumping into this game right away. And taking a look at some stats here from last season, you can see that Joanna, had... oh no. We don't have stats. There we go. Joanna, 74% popularity rate last season, 53% win rate, so very high. But now this draft really picking up steam as we see the Anubarak Jaina. Stukov going to be picked out before the Anduin, before the Tyrande, before the Ana. So very confident in that Stukov pick, especially in as much CC and separation as there potentially exists with that Anubarak. So pretty aggressive pick. Looking forward to seeing if it pays off. You know I love me some Stukov. We're all going to see a Kerrigan ban, so perhaps something they've shown before. Kerrigan can be strong on the map. Pairs well with the Stukov, although it also counters the Stukov, but it could just be a, no one on logical decision plays it or wants to play it in this type of comp. Next ban, last ban, is it going to be a support? It's going to be the Tyrande ban, so, for good reason. Tyrande, quite a popular hero, especially at the moment since her rework. Really last season, mostly in the shadow, Tyrande's rework, 49% popularity rate, but a 58% win rate with a 7 average KDA. That's just incredibly strong performance by a hero. Meanwhile, we're going to see Ziltoid on Junkrat, and we're going to see Wono on Ana. Now, Ana did get some nerfs today, so maybe that could explain why we're not seeing the Ana come out this early, or super early in the draft. We are still seeing it, but just to quickly pull up some stats here. Leoric going to be picked up as a Stukov, but Wono went 4-2 on Ana last season. Really had a 12 KDA and very little time spent dead, 4%. But there's the Leoric and the Alarak, so a lot of CC and silence potential on the right side here. This is Covey jumping onto that Leoric, and Nathan jumping onto Alarak. What's the last pick going to be on the other side? It is going to be A Rexar. So we are going to get Rexar here. Excited to see what Ulysses can do on that hero. Rexar in a strong place right now. Very niche though, kind of hard to get a ton of value with unless you're really ready to kind of jump into it. But we'll see how Ulysses does. A lot of the focus going to be on him this game. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ulysses, see if we can pull up some cool stats for him. So as we take a look at the player spotlight, Ulysses jumping onto that Rexar. We did see it last season. Decent KDA, 4.8, 84% kill participation. That's, it's a bit low, but he's a solo laner, so it's actually probably a bit high for a solo laner. But excited to see what he does this game. So looking forward to it. Pardon me, as we take a look once again at the draft. We do see, Junkrat and Jaina, they're going to provide really good wave clear. The wave clear with the Joanna, though, going to potentially match. It's all really about how effective Alarak can be. We're really going to want to see how Nathan does. When an Alarak can do a lot of damage, it can really snowball quickly. But as we jump into the match, map number 1, hopefully we get another best of 3 series. That first one was fun. It's logical decision on the left. We're going to see Wono on Ana, Ulysses on Rexar, E-Day 15 on Anubarak, Snowglare on Jaina, and Zotor on Junkrat. What an appropriate hero for Snowglare to be playing. That's logical decision. On the right, we have Unemployed Gaming. This is Covey, going to be on Leoric. We're going to have Nathan on Alarak, P-More on Stukov. Crafty, going to be playing Joanna, and Rexpa on the Sylvanas. So, looking at these level 1 talents. Saw Reactive Ballista Spores earlier today, and I saw it yesterday, but going with the more traditional spine launcher, trying to really kind of punish Anubarak with some extra damage. It can be quite useful. It does, that 40% reduction, it still does a lot of damage. That slow can be valuable. Meanwhile, Ana's still going with that grenade build. The one talent, it's always interesting where Rexar goes, Bird of Prey, trying to get some extra wave clear on Rexar himself, not relying on his minion. But overall, pretty standard talents. Leoric going fealty unto death, but that makes sense on this map. You're always around minions. So it's going to be solo lane Leoric versus solo lane Rexar. Always an interesting matchup, but we are seeing good rotations. Now, a decision to double soak here on top by both teams. No one getting the mid soak just yet. So whoever can get a lead here is going to be in a good place. There's Alarak with a great telekinesis onto E-Day 15. E-Day 15 having to use the burrow charge to get away. Worried about the Sylv re-engage. Rexpa going to finish up that lane, start to rotate down. Joanna coming in already. Rexpa doing some good poke damage here, trying to keep Anubarak, realizing that Sylv's a threat. Also stacking that dagger quest. Very important to do that. And Rexpa diligent with his turn-ins. But it seems like we're a little bit off rotation right now on the side of Unemployed Gaming. They're doing the top lane before the bottom lane, even though the top lane gets in a little bit later. We'll see if they try to correct that rotation or if maybe this is a strategy for them. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, nothing really happening. Sylvanas potentially looking to come down. Nah, rotating back up. Doesn't really see a pick potential opportunity. Level 4 is on the horizon. So here we go. Top lane cleared up. Rotation once again coming in. Still getting disrupted. Root there from the Junkrat trap. Level 4 is almost here. Stukov using that silence for the wave clear. Let's see what they take. Anything interesting? So far, standard. Everything looking very, very standard. Rexar going with the Hunter-Gatherer. Not playing that risky animal husbandry build, which I respect the decision not to be that risky. Stukov yet to pick a level 4. I would expect one good spread, but I've been seeing some variation on that still. I can't imagine any value off biotic armor here. So one good spread. Maybe we get surprised with a vigorous free uptake. But Alarak going with that show of force, trying to, just be aggressive, be that hero killer that we know he can be. Rexar doing a little soak here in the bottom right now, but Leoric should be back to pick that soak up. Turn-in, though, coming in from E-Day 15. That's going to be a big 17. Dropped money in the bank. And they're actually reasonably close to a turn-in here. Only need 13 more gems in. Meanwhile, Nathan solo soaking up in the top. Well, not solo soaking, sorry. Soaking with Joanna up in the top right now, while Stukov and Sylvanas do their camp. Stukov did eventually go with the one good spread, by the way. Here we go. So, see Bruiser Camp pushing up in the mid with the spell armor. Nobody pushing with it. It's just going to slow down this clear a little bit. Ooh, looking for the silence combo. P-More underestimates the silence reach just a little bit. But we do see Unemployed Gaming getting the first turn in. Let's see how they choose to play this. Looks like a top lane focus, which is the common play. Meanwhile, Rexar pushing in on Leoric here in this bottom lane. Looking like now we're seeing a rotation to mid. They saw the heavy defense top, so they're going to bring it mid. See what structures they can get. Drunkrat alone clearing the top lane. Meanwhile, in mid, we are going to see the push. There's a pull from Alarak onto the noob, doing some damage. Structure shut down by Sylvanas. Push coming in. Let's see if they can get the walls. Walls are going down. Cannon just has a little bit of health. Junkrat still up in the top clearing this Web Weaver, but it is going down at the moment. So they get a wall mid. Not really getting much bottom, but it's hard to do that with the Rexar defending. They don't really get anything top other than some gate damage. Might set up Alarak later to be able to make some plays. But Misha going to be able to get out of there, and that's the hero we all really care about, is the Misha. So, decent value, though. 2 walls. That first Web Weaver, always pretty weak. Taking a look at the level 7 talents, but decent value. We are seeing the growing infestation from Stukov, as we heard just a second ago. Ooh, we have a subdue. So we're really going to go with Joanna, kind of all in with, like, if she can hit that combo, it's going to be very, very good. Ooh, and Misha getting silenced out. Stukov looking for the kill. And, oh, the bear is fine! Sarah McLaughlin will be happy. Crafty getting separated out. Does the engage come? Going in with the condemn. Believe still has the iron skin, so should be okay. Silence there onto Anubrak, but the shield was there with the spell armor, not taking too much damage. Here comes the engage, focusing Joanna. Healing reduction was there, but now the slow. Ooh, Anubrak getting taken out by Alarak, barely staying alive. Has the chitinous plating to stay in there. And meanwhile, Rexar gets the turn in the bottom. We are going to have now logical decisions chance to make some plays. So already slow-paced game. Both teams playing around each other. No one making the big play. Rexpa going in a bit aggressive, getting some damage, but with that damage from the Blizzard, having to think a bit patiently. We are seeing a hard defense on the top lane. Junkrat trying to separate out Joanna. Joanna with the iron skin should be fine. Trying to clear up these minions. Going with the blinded, or the Sin's Exposed talent just to help with that wave clear even more. Great double combo there by Alarak as now level 10s are coming in. We have the Cocoon and the Riptire. Riptire are going to go for P-More. P-More manages to stay alive, but dies to the Spider. And now, ooh, Alarak is sleeping up the top. Good stun to keep him in the Blizzard. And logical decision. Gets kill number 2. Is Crafty going to be number 3? Crafty needs to be very careful here. Rexpa also looking like he's going to get engaged on. Rexpa making an aggressive play. Trying to get onto 1-0. Now trying to get around the outside. There's the sleep stun combo. And Rexpa will be the next to fall. 3 kills there. Picking them off one at a time. Great engagement. Level 10s were snap picked and engaged upon very quickly by logical decision. That's why you got to know your control buttons. You got to know what control 1 is, you got to know what control 2 is, and you got to know what you're picking and be ready to pick it as soon as 10 rolls over. And there you see it. The snap pick heroics paid off. Meanwhile, Rexar takes out this bottom fort. Mid fort already gone, so this is a very productive Webweaver phase. One very lonely fort in the top lane standing. Won't survive long. Could get really taken out at any time. Siege Camp gonna get picked up, and only with 3 kills, but already just feeling like Logical Decision has really good control of the map. Both teams have a turn in pending. Ulysses gonna drop 18, AD 15, gonna drop 22. If he can get this in, it's enough, but gonna get interrupted by the blind. Sylvanas trying to drop 4 top. It's not gonna make a huge difference. Crafty, actually it will, because if Crafty gets his 4 in, or 24 in, that would be 28. That would get them to 52. If Stukov could then turn in, that would be enough. Rexpa, good juke by Rexpa onto the Riptire. Rexpa did a great job baiting out the Riptire, and now the silence on to Ulysses. Ulysses, though, going to get away. Misha doing some great peeling. This is Kobe having to get away. Rexpa being so aggressive, and the Wailing Arrow going to pay dividends. He does find Rexar, but dies in the process himself. Now this is Covey, very low, taking a lot of damage. Could die to one more Frostbolt here from the Jaina. Down it goes. Stukov with a flailing swipe, but kind of at an awkward angle in a tight quarter. Not able to get anyone out. Logical Decision, did lose Rexar, but they had a chance to push on. Looks like they're going to drop back, and Anubrak's going to get this second Webweaver phase for them. Third Webweaver phase of the game. We're now seeing Rexpa solo defending top. Needs to be careful. Uses the E, but doesn't take it. Now walking away. Getting engaged on. Rexar on the chase as well. Rexpa doing a very good job, though. Knowing the limitations, knowing the mobility, knowing how to kind of just be a distraction. So very good play there. Just to kind of slow down the push. And make sure you don't get caught out yourself. Obviously being the most important part. But this top Webweaver still healthy, about to push on to top keep, which is the most important lane on this map, with the boss being often pivotal to a game-ending decision. Crafty stepping up, but with 36 gems, even though it's Joanna, you always want to be careful. Riptire, or Junkrat, certainly in the concussive mine, doesn't get the value, but here's the engagement. Onto Joanna. Joanna blowing that Iron Skin. There's a Cocoon onto Stukov in the back now. Needs to be careful. Heal's not coming in. Alarak doing the best to break Stukov out, but this is Covey going down there on that Leoric. He will be back up soon, but this should be a keep going down, and Almost Legend's going to get catapults in that pivotal lane versus no catapults. Catapults every wave versus no, with the fort still standing. Meanwhile, bottom Webweaver still doing value, but we're seeing a chase here. Anubrak possibly stayed a bit too long. There's the silence, pulled back into it, manages to get away. Follow up another silence with the Discord Strike. Ide 15 getting slowed by Crafty with that punish, trying to get some type of engage. They really want this before level 16s come. They're going to settle for a Misha for the time being. But meanwhile, during that entire chase, bottom keep goes down, and now it's 6 structures to 1 very lonely keep, and it only has half a wall left. So the Webweavers are up. Bottom Webweaver just going to clear the bottom. Sorry, zoned out there for a bit working on something. But heavy push here into this top lane. Really want to equalize out somewhat. At least get a Kata, maybe even get the keep. But they're really going to need to find some kills here. Rexar currently soaking away, so it's an opportunity to engage. They do have that Stukov root combo. Could help them out. Sleep Dart onto Joanna. Going to slow the engage. Ooh, the Entomb just misses, and now it has to be dropped just so Crafty can get away. This is Kobe trying to get onto the Anubrak. The focus really has been the Anubrak. Here comes the Riptire, but the Riptire actually going to get cleaned up very quickly. Alarak, though, in the Cocoon, and Rexpa getting flanked now by the Rexar. Rexar taking out Rexpa, and then Jaina, though, going to go down on the other side at the hands of Joanna. Joanna coming in, trying to look for that punish. She has not stacked it yet, but Now we're seeing a disengage. Rexar sending Misha to slow that escape. Nathan needs to be careful. Could get engaged on. Concussive Mind not able to catch him. Stun just a little bit missed. Good dodge there by Nathan. Joanna, though, now going to be the focus. Joanna blowing that Iron Skin, trying to get away. Could get engaged on now. Stepping up. Anubarak is in the bush. Could get a huge stun with the flank. Are we going to see it? Ide 15 coming in, misses the stun, managed to get onto P-More though. Leoric dropping the Entomb more defensively. Silence comes in onto Anubarak. Crafty now trying to re-engage now that Rexpa's back in the fight. The level 16 talents are here for the blue team. Logical Decision has an opportunity here. Unemployed Gaming might want to back off and try to soak 16. Leoric going to go down. Leoric is not the worst death, of course, by any means, as always, but you don't really want to give away deaths when you could be soaking 16. At least bottom and top lane are pushed out. That's going to help out Unemployed Gaming quite significantly. Oh, we got a lot of people watching. Anyway, Hearth coming in there from Crafty after the camp, getting full health and mana. Level 16 on the horizon. Let's see what the talents are. Once again, active. This time we are seeing the active reload. The Purifying Darts as well to deal with the slows from the Leoric, from the Joanna. I actually like that decision a lot here. The stuns are quite short duration, so that's, I think, the safer pick. Certainly the easier to execute pick. Level 16 here, though. Are we going to see that skill swing? No, we are actually seeing Crushing Hope here from Leoric. So trying to get some kind of burst damage. Rexpa stepping up once again. Going to use that second Wavering Banshee to get out. Riptire coming in. Getting pushed back by the Alarak. Iron Skin going to prevent any type of knockback here. We do have Web Weavers mid. Keep in mind, Ide 15 just got 15 gems in. Blue does have a turn in ready. Ulysses going to try to get 14. That's going to take their total up to 41. But here comes, that's the combo they needed. Entomb, oh no, but it seemed like they got pushed out of the Entomb. I don't know if that was a telekinesis by Rexar or what, but they were stuck in the Entomb and then they weren't, and now things turning around. They had them where they wanted, and now things are just falling apart here for the members of Unemployed Gaming. Sylvanas is not going to be long for this world. Trying to get on the Snow Glare, but can't make it happen. That is 3 for nothing. That should turn into a turn-in and a boss, and that could potentially be game. Unemployed Gaming got exactly the engage they wanted. I think there might have been a telekinesis or something to push them out of the Entomb. I'm not saying it necessarily was. I'm not saying Alaric made a misplay. I don't know what shoved them out. Maybe it was something that blue team did to themselves. I'm unsure, but really fell apart there for them after the Entomb was escaped. This is Covey giving vision, but there's no real chance for a re-engage here. Here comes the Riptire once again. Riptire has more been used as an initiation tool, but this is Covey, is low, trying to go for the finish there. Alarak trying to zone out with the telekinesis, but he is just perma-slowed. Flailing Swipe coming out, trying to buy the space they need. Slow Gale all over Nathan. Nathan using the self-telekinesis to walk away. Stun there with the Sleep Dart follow-up, and the Root, though, leads to one dead Alarak. This is the boss moving on the core. Level 20s here. Logical Decision. Really looked strong on this map. We're going to need to see Unemployed Gaming come back with a much stronger plan of action, or maybe better synergy. But the map's not over just yet, although this engage not going super well to start out with for the members of Unemployed Gaming. Not able to get the kill. Leoric and Crafty both very low. Stukov could get turned around unkilled or just ignored. Either way, point being they can turn their attention on the core, and that is going to be the game. Very strong game there by Logical Decision as they go up in the series 1-0. All right, well, with that, Ziltoid just doing a ton of damage that game. Didn't really secure kills, but that's not Junkrat's job. He got people low. Jaina did a great job securing kills. Jaina really using her slows well. I kind of want to highlight that. So we saw some pretty good play there out of Snow Glare. Was happy to see it as we take a look here at Snowglare's profile from last season. So spotlighting Snowglare. We saw some, pretty mage heavy builds, although that Zagara flex play often fun, but 6.6 KDA, pretty good, pretty good. Kind of a small hero pool at 8, but good win rate and good play there. So with that, we're going to, pardon me, take a brief break while we get set up for the next match. So stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everyone to the Nexus Gaming Series. Logical decision, looking dominant in Game 1 against Unemployed Gaming. We'll see if that trend continues. Unemployed Gaming opted to keep first pick. They want still first pick, so we are going to go to Alterac Pass. Logical decisions map choice. Anduin still going to be the ban by Unemployed Gaming. There was some discussion if maybe there was going to be a sub coming in for Unemployed Gaming, but they decided to keep the same starting 5 as before. But went with the Anduin ban first last game. Still targeting that. Could be something Wono they've seen work on a lot, so they want to avoid it. Orphea, meanwhile, going to be the ban. That is a Rexpa target, as we saw in the player profile. Rexpa is a fantastic player, and he's very good at being aggressive. The Orphea and Chromie just trying to get Rexpa off his really strong comfort heroes. But the Abathur ban on this map, I've seen Abathur play a lot into this map strategy with split soaking during the objective until the clone comes in. Very useful. Can body soak in the lane opposite that. But we see the Sequin Bikini Diablo coming in. It's going to be crafty on that Diablo. So that was the first pick. Sylvanas, possibly a deny, possibly just an eager pick with the single target damage with the ability to shut down structures from Sylvanas. But once again, the Anubrak picked by eDay15. So strong hero there, but as we take a look here at the stats on Sylvanas, once again, I believe we took a look at this in the last match, but just taking a quick gander, Sylvanas hasn't had the most popularity, but a good win rate, good KDA. Definitely has been climbing of late, and I expect Sylvanas to continue to play a role into this season. But P-More now grabbing the Tyrande and the Leoric. So what you could see here with this Leoric Diablo is something like Entomb and the Dark Charge, Shadow Charge combo. So it's just kind of a free wall bang on a target. You can also get the either the Crematorium, which is what I call Entomb Lightning Breath, or the Hot Box, which I call, or Hell in a Cell, actually, that's the better name for it. Hell in a Cell, which is Entomb and APOC. Ana going to get banned out, not wanting to give the Ana to Wono again. Hanzo, meanwhile, banned out, so all three bans really targeting Rexpa here, trying to keep Rexpa off his comforts. We'll see what happens there. Now, Furion going to be the pick by Wono, very often played by Wono, and Snowglare is going to grab the Greymane. So Greymane's a hero that's kind of fallen off a bit lately, and I'm surprised to say that, but it's because he seemed like he was just forever stuck in the meta. But with Raynor and Phoenix and Hanzo all kind of stepping up into that ranged assassin role and being quite good in it, Greymane's popularity really having dipped as we take a look at the stats here. Only a 21% probability. 2 years ago, Greymane was almost the top picked assassin, but we have Rexpa now flexing a bit, going on to a Valera. Excited to see what he can do here. He's very aggressive, very good at weaving in and out, getting some damage, and this may serve him well. Nathan, meanwhile, jumping onto that Cassia. Gonna have the blinds to help out with the Greymane, but also gonna have a lot of follow-up for that Diablo. You can do the flip shove into the fend. It's gonna do quite a lot of damage. Charge strikes also could come in handy. It's good burst damage, and Valera is a great way to counter Malfurion. So they kind of baited out the Malfurion pick, and now they have some good burst damage to deal with it. The question is, are they going to be able to reliably get on to that Malfurion? And with that, we have a Thrall last pick, but let's see if we've seen any Rexpa Valera games before here. Let's take a gander as we look and see, does he have any Valera stats in Nexus Gaming Series? Well, hang on. Doesn't have it from Season 6, so excited to see how he'll do. As once again, we're just going to briefly take a look at Rexpa's profile. He's kind of going to have to be the playmaker this game, and I think he could do it. He's a very, very strong player. You know, as you see, all three bans across the board, banning his comforts. Excited to see what he can do on this Valera. As a support player, as a healer, I don't like playing Malfurion into Valera. It is not comfortable. It is not fun. So we're going to see if he can pull it off here as we move into map number 2. It's going to be Alterac Pass as we take a look now at the match. On the left side, logical decision. It's going to be Wono on Malfurion, Ulysses on Thrall, Ide 15 once again on Anubarak, Snowglare on the Greymane, and Ziltoid on the Sylvanas. It is a logical decision. Looking to close out the series with a 2-0 victory, but looking to thwart that. This is Covey once again on Leoric, Nathan on Cassia, P-More going to be on Tehran, Crafty on Diablo, and Rexpa on that Valera. A lot going to be on his shoulders this game. It is Unemployed Gaming. Alright, well with that, excited to see this game. Valera looking, keep in mind, if you stand still, you're completely invisible, looking for someone to do a bad rotation. Owl coming out, just getting some vision here. Wave already getting cleared up though, pretty quickly by the members of Logical Decision, trying to push Ide 15 back towards the turrets. Doesn't quite get in turret range. Now the turnaround onto Diablo. Root comes in a little late, but Crafty says, you know what, I'll spot you one, buddy. Take that for you. Level 1 talents. We are not seeing the dagger build. Might of the Banshee Queen. Interesting. I don't know the new Sylvanas. I haven't really played her since the rework, but I had been seeing that dagger build almost religiously, so a little bit of a trade out. Meanwhile, Valera going with the crippling poison, of course Alun's chosen, and Diablo going with that Shadow Charge level 1 talent, the Feast on Fear. So Valera right now doing the solo lane thing against the noob, doing the lane denial, trying to deny minion soak. Good silence there. Pretty cheeky, but good kind of damage. I love the way Rexpa is kind of dancing in and out and just almost taunting Ide 15, as this is a solo lane that Rexpa is quickly taking a big advantage in. Meanwhile, this is Covey landing the Spooky Ghost Hand onto Ulysses, getting some good damage there. Thrall going to turn around, try to heal up, now using E to walk away. But the solo lane's exciting. Both teams getting their camps, though. Both solo lanes very fun to watch this match. Owl coming up, 2 people top, so it looks like they might put Greymane up in the top lane against Rexpa. Ide 15 though still here, maybe trying to bait Rexpa into an engage that they can turn around on, but I expect good enough communication by the members of Unemployed Gaming that Valera doesn't take any unnecessary risks. In this bot lane, it's still just Leoric and Thrall taking turns healing off each other, so that's fun to watch. But right now, this is Covey getting the upper hand, doing a lot better in the solo lane this game. Had a hard time with that Rexar, I think, in game 1, which very good hero. Excited to see what happens though. Mid lane cleared up. Anubarak now rotating down. Now, worth noting that Ide 15 has played this Anubarak now for the second game and has not been banned out. And it makes me curious if as to if there's been much Anubarak shown by Ide 15 in the past. And indeed there has. I mean, quite a bit. 57% win rate, kill participation 85%. So we haven't seen Ide 15 on this hero before, but Valera now. Looking at Ziltoid, might wait for the armor reduction. So far, not yet seen. Echo the Elements finished very quickly by Thrall. That's a very good with level 1. But with Malfurion sticking around, Rexpa gonna play this safe. Now potentially looking at the Thrall. Thrall should see Valera there, though. Both teams once again getting their bruiser before this phase really kicks off. Valera still solo laning, just being a nuisance. But I question how readily Unemployed Gaming can win a fight without Rexpa there. We'll have to see. Both teams right now pushing up their objective. Rexpa now coming in. Good route there by Malfurion just to force Rexpa to rotate in a much more predictable way. Much harder for Rexpa to get a flank in. No one's really turned their attention onto the shrines yet. Rexpa doing a very good job soaking. Level 7 talents here. Let's take a look at the talents. Should be worth noting. Malfurion going with the root stacking quest. So far hasn't gotten any of those stacks. This is Covey though getting focused by Sylvanas. Malfurion getting some damage, but this Covey is going to be able to get away. Should enable briefly logical decision to try to push onto the point, but here comes Rexpa with the silence, moving on to Sylvanas in the back, doing quite a lot of damage. This is Covey, though, missing the Spooky Ghost hand. Rexpa now having to run away, getting focused by both E-Day and Snowglare. Rexpa, though, does get away. Meanwhile, though, no Shrine Cap on either side, and this is kind of at a stalemate, but this stalemate is going to get broken. There's the root onto Crafty. Crafty going to be the first death of the game. And there's Wono with a good root. Rexpa doing a good job to get away by being that deep in the enemy backline. But as yet, now Thrall going off to soak the lane. Ooh, but even still, this is Covey going to go down. Good kills there by logical decision. That should win them the first shrine. With only a 30-second timer, it's going to be difficult for a re-engage. Leoric can spawn back on the point, though, so they could give this a shot. We'll see how much blue team commits to the defense. Logical decision. Looking like they're committing, but Malfurion was not there for a minute. He's going to start throwing his Qs out, but before he gets his Qs out, it might be a good time to engage. Remember, they can keep spam channeling, and they do manage to stop the timer at 14 seconds, so Unemployed Gaming has a chance. They're down about half a level, but if they can get the kind of fight they want where they get a proper engagement, this could work out quite well for them. Camps now being picked up by both teams. Al going to spot this out. Once again, fealty unto death here. This is, there are a lot of minions on this map with the 3 lanes. This is going to require Leoric to, if he wants to heal up a lot of the time, actually walk into the lane to clear some stuff up. But both teams really... Ooh, here comes the engage onto Ulysses, but not really enough CC. Diablo not able to get the charge in. Rexpa, meanwhile, sitting there, getting pinged with danger pings. They're trying to keep track of him. Rexpa going in onto Greymane. Dodges a Nubarak spines. Good dodge there by Rexpa. But now, Anubarak getting focused here by the Leoric. Nathan put some damage on it, but backed up, trying to now focus onto this shrine. Thrall, meanwhile, clearing the top lane. Rexpa being cheeky in the back. Good follow-up there, but Rexpa does have all those spines by the Sylvanas. Needs to walk away now. Anubarak, though, is low. Barely gets out alive. Huge Moonfire save by Malfurion, although I think Anubarak may have already gotten out. But at that point, you know, just it seems like Wono's Malfurion play is just really on point right now, keeping the team alive and making sure to just make sure that Valeera can't do anything overly cheeky, overly powerful. Rexpa going off to soak this bot lane, trying to get level 10s. Level 10s here for the side of logical decision. We do have Twilight Dream, we have Wailing Arrow, so a lot of silence potential. We do have Go for the Throat over Cursed Bullet, despite the Diablo, Cocoon, and Earthquake. So really wanting to turn around onto Valeera with that Go for the Throat. That's what that tells me, that they view Valeera as the threat more so than the Diablo. Ziltoid comes in onto Rexpa. Rexpa taking a lot of damage, has to back up, does turn around some good damage onto it. Twilight Dream going to silence out Diablo. Ziltoid is very low, and there goes Rexpa, and oh my goodness, the Cocoon may have actually saved Rexpa's life. Cassia doing whatever the fuck that was. And wow, that was a good fight. So Leoric goes down, and that is just what the doctor ordered for Unemployed Gaming. That was a really, really strong team fight for them. Rexpa was absolutely exceptional getting in for the kill. I think that was just a big misplay by Anubarak to Cocoon Rexpa. Rexpa was in the Entomb, quite low. I get the idea behind it, but at that point, you know, it really saved Rexpa's life, I think. Even still, though, a really good team fight by Unemployed Gaming. And, you know, that time you saw when Valeera can get going, how it can really be hard for the Malfurion. Sylvanas focusing onto this Covey. Here comes the stun once again onto Wono. Rexpa in the back does manage to get the kill. I don't think Rexpa is going to be able to get up. The Entomb actually locking in Rexpa there, but it also secured the kill on Malfurion. But the problem is now Nathan is down below 300 health. Nathan needs to be very careful. Diablo trying to peel the team out. I think Diablo is going to fall, and he might even want to just die for the sake of his team to make sure a re-engage can't happen. Crafty down below 100 health. He is down. That was Soul, so Diablo will be coming back. But that is Cavalier, a very, very late first Cavalier phase for the side of Unemployed Gaming. So looking to get back into this series, playing quite well. Covey with some good Entombs to help Valeera get the kill. And then Cassia is just always so weird around the Entombs. It's so unpredictable the way she moves. It's actually almost like she can use Fend as an escape when Entombed. But this is Covey getting killed by Sylvanas there. Lightning Breath coming in, trying to turn around some damage. Rexpa not here at the moment. Moving on to Thrall on his bot lane, but Earthquake actually going to be used. Rexpa needs to be careful, not get killed, but I'm sure he doesn't need to tell me that. Me to tell him that. But so far, even game, but not a ton of value off that first objective. They get a wall mid, wall bot. It's okay, but nothing really exceptional. So now going to be looking for some more opportunities to maybe wedge a bigger advantage later. The very powerful siege camps being taken by both teams, so we will expect to see a fight over this mid. 13 already here for logical decision. Just a hair's nose away from 13. Now 13 coming in for the members of Unemployed Gaming. Crafty going to get dismounted. Rexpa, though, looking for that back flank, and Wono got to be trembling at this point. Wono's like, why you take Ice Block away, Blizzard? Why you take Ice Block away? Danger pings coming in. Wono with the good Moonfire. Wono very aware. Need to reveal Valera. If you reveal Valera, she's much more vulnerable. She can't really just teleport into the fight. Valera sitting in that bush, looking for the chance to flank. Here comes the Entomb. Counter engage does kill Leoric. Here comes Rexpa, though, moving on to Malfurion and absolutely trucking Malfurion. There's the Twilight Dream, but at this point already, the Starfall coming in. There's the Cocoon. That time onto Valera, it absolutely was the right call. Ulysses trying to move in on to Nathan. Ulysses trying to get the kill. Sylvanas also trucking out some damage. But there is an amazing Lunar Flare there by P-More that sets up a double kill by Valera. Absolutely fantastic Lunar Flare there on the side of Tyrande, and that was a huge play. Cannot be overstated. This is going to turn into a boss top. Really good quick shot calling, immediately recovering, saying, hey, let's not celebrate, we have business, we need to open up a win condition, let's pick top lane, let's go boss. I like this decision. They're going to get the boss in the opposite lane. They knew the next structure, or the next objective was going to be in the bot lane, bot jungle. Rexpa, though, okay, he's fine. Rexpa gonna hearth here after giving me my heart back, but you know, Rexpa's needed to carry this game, but honestly, I've been very impressed with P-More. P-More's been healing well. P-More's had really good Lunar Flare follow-ups as well, so happy to see that. Al coming in just to make sure they know where the team is. Are they just going to give top fort and trust the keep wall to defend? It looks like that's the play. They don't want to give up the objective. Now, Valera looking at Ulysses. Could get the stun in the swamp. Gets the silence there. Trucking out some damage. Has Ulysses down to about health. Diablo trying to go for kill. Rexpa going back in, but there's the Earthquake. Could be putting Rexpa in a bad spot. Tyrande coming in. Now having to choose between Rexpa or Crafty. Chooses Rexpa. Crafty goes down. Just absolutely surrounded by members of the enemy team. A little bit of a confused engaged as he still had Cassie up here, Leoric there. I think they thought they were going to catch Thrall out alone, but a very good rotation on the side of logical decision. But they are going to lose quite a lot of structural strength in this top lane. So if they can hold on to this objective, I think it's okay. But the objective channeling is now stopped. Rexpa is in Smoke Bomb, but there's the Twilight Dream, and I don't think Rexpa is getting out of this one. No, he's not, and that's a staggered death, so that is probably going to lead to another objective, especially with the level 16 coming in on the side of logical decision. They should get this second phase. It's still the second, despite typically by this point in the game you're talking about like a third objective coming up. The first objective was just stalled for so long. Diablo now moving in onto Sylvanas, but Tyrande not really with the rest of the team. Bit of confusion here on the side of Unemployed Gaming. Not really all together doing the same thing. And it's going to cost them as yet another staggered death comes down the line. They haven't really had a 5-man team fight since the last one they won, and it's just these staggered deaths, some miscommunications, all 5 not really doing the same thing. Whereas on logical decision side, you're seeing them move as a unit and punish effectively when someone gets out of position. So Cavalry is going to come down. Looks like we're going to see a clear on the mid, trying to defend this vulnerable keep, but already a great decision. Sending Sylvanas to shut down the objective, moving in, taking this bottom fort, pushing up now. And Logical Decision looking to wedge themselves a win condition open with a keep here. Are they going to pick the bottom lane still? Looks like they are. Here comes the gate coming down. Rexpa currently behind the gate looking for an opportunity. There's the Entomb. Lunar Flare comes in. Ziltoid getting hit with the Lightning Breath. Leoric is going to go down once again, though. And now Pmore trying to keep up the members of the team. Rexpa needs to make a commitment if it's going to happen. Moving in onto Malfurion. Has Malfurion low. It's going to be difficult, but there's the Cocoon trying to make sure that they have time to kill Crafty. Snow Glare, though, very, very low. Here comes Ziltoid out. Going to get CC'd to death. And things just kind of coming undone a little bit here for Unemployed Gaming. If they don't get a kill, this could be the game. Certainly it looks like mid-keep could be the next to fall. Top fort still holding up to the cavalry, but this is right now a 4v5 encounter with really their big damage dealer dead at the moment, trying to separate out an Uberak. Great Moonfire heal. Wono really hitting a lot of really good multi-man Moonfires. Leoric going in with the Entomb, trying to reduce damage, but just not enough sustain. And now, even though Rexpa's coming back up, that keep is down. The fort top is going to fall. Are we seeing a move onto the core now? This is a risky move. The core can do a lot of damage. Rexpa teleports in, going in for Snow Glare. Lunar Flare going to secure the kill, but Valera still going down in the process. Now Uberak coming in, big stun. Wono doing a lot of healing, but now getting targeted by the boss. Wono gonna have to step back. Cocoon there on the Tyrande, trying to get onto Nathan. Tyrande is now back up. Ide 15, a bit of an afterthought. There's the Lightning Breath, trying to get some damage, but Sylvanas just self-sustaining through it with her talent build. And now it looks like this boss is gonna survive, but really, Unemployed Gaming just having a hard time finding that kill. Leoric comes back up. There's the Entomb, though. It's going to secure the kill on Sylvanas. And that was clutch. That gives them some degree of breathing room. But now they have to do something with it. What are they going to do? Valera's coming up in 7. They do have things on their core. They need to clear it so the core can start to self-heal up. Core will heal up very quickly, as you can see, but with the level 20 advantage coming in, the gap is very narrow for Unemployed Gaming to make a play. They probably need to take a fight. As hard as it is into 20, they probably need to try to get a pick in the next 25 seconds and keep staggering the members of Logical Decision. Logical Decision, meanwhile, wants to play safe and not overcommit to anything. But all the while, this bot lane getting pushed in. We do see that we have those Reaver minions on the objective, but boss is going to be the focus here, trying to take this boss right now, and it looks like blue, they want to trade. The blue boss on bottom could get a lot of value. The owl down there in the bottom, but at this point you're committed. You got to stay top. Do they maybe also try to go and channel the objective here and then defend, or do they just go straight to defense? We'll have to see. Looks like they want to push here, and this is aggressive. They're going to go for the objective. Meanwhile, though, this boss already with 2 of the trolls on it, doing quite a lot of damage. The boss is coming. This could actually be really, really devastating. Pmore now going to be left behind to try to stall this out. Now Pmore Hearthing a little bit late, but already the boss down to about 2/3 health, trying to move in onto a noob. There's the silence. Fen, though, dodge, and there's a big Twilight Dream silencing out the members of Unemployed Gaming. Leoric does go down, but they get 2 kills, Malfurion and Sylvanas, and this could be the chance that they need. Cocoon is onto Tyrande. Rexpa not able to get out in time. Rexpa does go down. Nathan trying to fend. Fen gets some damage. Now, though, the boss is so low, and down goes the objective, and that is going to be a 2-0 victory for the members of Logical Decision. So they are going to win this series with a domination victory. Unemployed Gaming showed a lot more life in that second game, but just had that series of staggers and really weren't able to recover from it. They tried to make an aggressive play, but just ultimately, you know, with a keep down, it's just really hard to give up a boss in that lane. So with that, we're going to take a brief break, see if we can get a post-game interview, so stay tuned, everyone. All right, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. Your host, DB Smiley here. That was the second game of a doubleheader, and it featured Logical Decision versus Unemployed Gaming. I am joined by the support player and captain of Logical Decisions, Whoa No. Whoa No, how you doing after that?
First game of the season, a 2-0. I am feeling pretty good. Pretty good.
So it seemed like you guys had a pretty defined ban strategy today. Would you say that that's accurate?
I will apologize to Rexpa in advance. We definitely had a very planned ban strategy.
Yeah, you're definitely going after Rexpa. Is that just like you thought you just can't afford to let him get onto his comfort heroes, or like what is that? Was that the main thought process behind that, or?
Yeah, that's definitely the main thought process. I mean, we've scrimmed this team once since they came together, and obviously Rexpa is quite a well-known name within NGS. So we've all seen what he can do with an Orphea. We've seen firsthand what he can do with Chromie. So there's just a bunch of heroes that we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to see him on, and we figure we can handle the rest of the team, and I guess that shows when we limit what Rexpa can do.
All right. So outside of that, heading into game number one, you guys picked Tomb of the Spider Queen. You had the map choice.
Mm-hmm.
Was that map choice something that it's just particularly strong for you, or something that you thought you could get an upper hand on them the way they play?
That's just a map that we enjoy playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of our comfort maps.
Okay.
We have a couple maps that are kind of in the realm,
Mm-hmm.
and we like our strategy that we play there, and we play it well. So figured we'd take them there.
And kind of walk me through where do you think you were able to kind of take control of that game? Obviously, you had some picks throughout the game, but like where do you think it really you were able to get your snowball going?
So I think with that game in particular, we're pretty comfortable giving up the first turn with that comp just because of how much clear we have,
Mm-hmm.
and their team in particular didn't really have a ton of siege potential. So kind of the game plan was to just bide our time, let them get their turn in if they want, accumulate as many gems as we can, and then kind of push for strong turn-ins. So first turn in was pretty good, but I think the game really started to turn in our favor with the second turn in. We started to chain a couple of their deaths together, get a lot of structure damage going. So I think that's kind of when we took control of the game.
Awesome. Well, with that, map number two, Alterac Pass. You guys, you went with the Malfurion, and then you saw the Valera picked after that. Was that something that worried you, or am I just really shitty at Malfurion, which is why I always get killed by Valera?
The matchup is, from my experience, kind of 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Malfurion has a lot of tools to protect himself from a Valyria if he can see her coming in advance. He's got the
Mm-hmm.
W to reveal
Right.
her. He's got roots to drop. He's got silence. So, but Rexpa obviously is a fantastic player. He played it really well,
Mm-hmm.
and even trying my best and just screaming at my team every time he popped on me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it was enough for him to burn me down 3 times before we could do anything. So he did a great job, and it's one of those matchups when I saw it, I'm like, well, I know where she's going.
All right. So walk me through that shot calling late in Alterac Pass. You guys kind of overstayed, maybe too strong. You were trying to get some damage onto the core on Alterac Pass, or I don't know the general whatever the fuck you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got some damage, but had to pull back. Sylvanas gets picked on the retreat. You guys, after you recover, make a call. I assume you knew they were at top boss, and so you made the call to go to bottom boss just to try to win the game off that with the keepless lane. Was that the idea?
Definitely. So we were trying to end a little bit when we were dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
At first, we didn't think we could. Then we got a pick. So we got the second keep. Then we were kind of low and dancing around again. It didn't end up working out. We got a couple of our guys got picked.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of recovered, and we saw them on vision top lane heading to top boss. And so immediately we thought, hey, if they're not going to contest us, let's take bot boss. Their boss has to go through a keep, and that would be the only keep down. We
Right.
already have 2 keeps down and a boss pushing straight onto core.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get this and we don't just immediately get a 5-man team wipe, this is pretty much a win for us. So definitely, even though they scouted us, we knew we had the boss burn with the Thrall and
Mm-hmm.
the Grey Mane. So it was a calculated move by us that we knew we could win off of it.
All right. Well, with that, you guys, you said this was your first match of the season. Get the domination victory. What are your aspirations this season? Do you see yourselves as like a real contender in the division, as kind of middle of the pack team? Like, where do you currently see your goals as a team in B West?
So B West, it's an interesting division. We were B West last season, made it to second round of the playoffs before getting knocked out by the eventual Div B champions, Virtual Murky Slayers.
Mm-hmm.
So even that season, I saw us as a top three Div B West team, and a lot of the other top B West teams, Virtual Murky Slayers, 10 Armor, Wholesome Halfwits, they moved up, disbanded, whatever. So it kind of left a void at the top of Div B West, where there's just a couple of the kind of mid to high tier teams remaining. So obviously there's new teams, new talent, anything could happen, but I really see this as a season where Logical Decision can make a push for a deep playoff run and maybe even taking the whole thing.
All right. Well, with that, the floor is yours for shoutouts before we take off.
Mm-hmm. I'll shout out to Unemployed Gaming. Obviously not the result that those guys wanted, but we've scrimmed them before. They're nice guys. I'd scrim them again, and I wish them all the luck in this first season in NGS together. Shout out to my team, Logical Decision. We put in a ton of work in the off season, and I think it's starting to show and to pay off. And shout out to you, Smiley.
Thank
Super
you.
glad to see you back casting in NGS. Always great to have you around. And final shout out to Valkymer's mom.
Well, with that, thank you again for letting me cast this set. And for everyone else, I'm going to be taking a few days off casting. So for those who don't know, I am currently bouncing back and forth between Virginia and Pennsylvania. So tomorrow is the go back to Virginia day. Hopefully, I'll be back with some matches to cast Monday and Wednesday of next week. Tuesday still up in the air, undecided, but I might do a matinee. But keep it here, twitch.tv/tvsmiley. Just hit the follow button if you want to see when I'm streaming. Beyond that, check out Nexus Gaming Series, nexusgamingseries.org. If you're not signed up, unfortunately, they're not accepting new teams for Season 7, which is ongoing. But Season 8, hopefully will come. Hopefully we will get a Season 8 this year, maybe next year. We'll find out. But either way, it's a great league. I definitely encourage you to check it out. You can even get in Scrim. Teams are allowed to take subs on in the season. So get in. Check it out. With that, thank you everyone for watching, and have a great evening. Take care. Here on to Malthael. He's taking kind of a awkward rotation. Is he going to get away? The portal not close enough. There's protected, but I don't think. Oh my god.